Hey everybody, I'm here with Gary Singh from Avalara, and today's session we want to talk about why Avalara has chosen Synchronics as their product of choice and talk to you about some of the practical experiences that Gary has had in the SIM industry and some of the challenges he has solved within it. Gary, welcome to our session today.
Thanks.
If you could share with our audience a little bit about yourself and your company.
Sure. Thanks, Tanuj. My name is Gary Singh, and I've been in the cybersecurity industry for the last 20 years, and specifically focused on SIM technologies for the last 6+ years. And I've been having a lot of pain points in the SIM deployments. I've done a number of SIM deployments, SIM operations, and based on that, I've been doing evaluation for SIMs as well, and I've selected Synchronics as SIM because I have been looking for SIM and software as a service where I could have the traditional SIM capabilities, the correlation capabilities, as well as I was looking forward to a very good analytics engine for UBA, user behavior and user and entity behavior analysis. And to take a step further, I was also looking at SOAR component automating. The reason for that is I've been mentoring and developing a SOC team. So I cannot keep on increasing the team members for SOC. It is hard to get security skill set, specific skill set in technologies like Linux and SIM particular, and I cannot keep on increasing that number in my end, so I need to automate. So those were the reasons I evaluated a number of SIMs from the Magic Quadrant, and being in industry and having used a number of SIMs, I found Synchronics to be a right fit for my company, Avalara, which is a technology company. Last year they went public, and we are growing at a very fast pace. We were looking at software as a service because we have around 70% of our architecture or our infra in the cloud. So we were looking at a fast turnaround, fast plug and play SIM, which everybody knows plug and play is not possible. It takes 6 months to a year. We wanted to shorten that time frame, and we wanted to move away from the pain points of maintaining the tool, upgrading the tool, keeping it operational. We wanted our team to focus more on threat analysis, more on those alerts, threat hunting. So I found Synchronics to be having all that functionality, and that's why we chose Synchronics as a SIM.
So first of all, I want to thank you and your organization, Avalara, for being a customer of Synchronics. And what I wanted to touch upon was when companies deploy SIM technologies, there are certain challenges that come in with a SIM technology that needs to integrate with so many different products and bring in log sources. And you've been in the industry for several years. You've helped other organizations deploy SIM technologies. Can you talk to our audience today about what are some of the challenges with traditional SIM technologies?
See, there are a lot of challenges in traditional SIMs. First is you buy heavy equipment, appliances like collectors, processors, consoles. Now, once you buy equipment, now you need to network it. You have to plan for the bandwidth. You need the space in a data center to do that. Then in traditional SIMs, it takes anywhere from 6 months to 1 year for all this process to configure all the logs into it, and as I said, to put them in a data center. And by the time you kind of baseline it, now the warranties or the life of those appliances is just 2 years. And definitely, as you would see in warranties, that after 2 years, the appliances go down. You have to now upgrade. And not only upgrade the appliances, but even before that, you have to upgrade their, I would say, service codes or software in them, which is a big pain, just to maintain them, to keep on running, to keep on monitoring. And we cannot, in this industry, afford that downtime.
Because That's very true. I mean, sorry to cut you off there, but I was thinking through it. The security organization, their reliance on IT to maintain, to buy new equipment, to add additional disks, to add remote, database backup capabilities, that must be a big challenge
yes.
when it comes to SIMs.
Yeah, in the traditional SIM, that is what we were bound by those boxes. We cannot scale pretty fast. We are not flexible. Let's say our EPS increases. We have no way of accommodating that. We have to buy new equipment, which is going to take another month, 2 months time to arrive and put it in. So we were bound by those kind of corners, and that's why we wanted to go for a SIM where we have that flexibility and scalability of having it in the cloud. We can go from 10,000 to 20,000 EPS, or that kind of flexibility we have been looking for. That was one of the deciding factors, definitely.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on that. So obviously you chose Securonics because A, we run on the cloud and we provide the ability to scale to dynamic workloads when you increase the EPS. What are the other pieces that really helped you make that decision? You said you evaluated other technologies as well.
Yes. So other key features, I was looking for a good analytics engine. Currently, everybody has that UBA or UEBA component, but it is not mature enough. So there are very few players in the market who have a very mature UEBA analytics backed up by other functionality, the core SIM functionality as well. So from the very beginning, I see that Securonics had a very good UBA and other functionality. They ventured into core SIM, as per my understanding and my research, in 2017. So they've been doing pretty good in terms of technology in the back end. I did a lot of research on that as well. Being a hands-on person, I could do a deeper dive into it. And so I was buying a product where now I don't have to worry about product maintenance or tool maintenance at all. Now my team has got all the functionality and they can really focus on hunting new threats and doing the threat analysis rather than just maintaining and those mundane activities, regular activities. And then to add to it, I'm pretty much happy to get a SOAR component along with it. If you go out in the market, you have different tools for SOAR as well, but I wanted everything in integrated and everything in one go, rather than have a third-party solution, then integrating it and then have one more screen for my team to look at. So definitely all that make full functionality SIM to be the right choice. So we went in for Securonics, and we are almost in the mid of deployment. The second was the deployment is pretty faster than the traditional SIM, which not only saves the cost and energy and time, and not to find that skill set in the market. So that saves us from that. But it is also an opportunity cost. The time being lost, we might be hit, but we didn't know what's going on in the environment. So we want to make that deployment as fast as possible, and at the same time get return on the value. We spend X money amount of on any tool. We want to get value from that as fast as possible, and we don't want to lose time because just one big incident can bring the whole company down.
And that's a great point. So Gary, one of the things that obviously a lot of customers tell us is their security analysts have to deal with a lot of false positives, a lot of alerts, and there's a fatigue in the security analysts when they're bombarded with these alerts. So obviously you were looking at a next generation SIM and you were trying to figure out that if there's stuff that can help you with that. Tell me a little bit about what thought process did you have when you were evaluating technologies in the space and helping your analysts? Right.
So as you rightly said, and I said that we cannot keep on increasing our SOC analysts. There are so many positives, false positives, or so many alerts. We have a limited team number. We can have 10, 20, 30 limited SOC team looking at it. So I was also looking at the artificial intelligence piece of it, where the SIM or the tool will do its learning. And once we flag it as possible, do that learning over a period of time, understand that behavior, and take out those positives out of the alerts as such, and make them informational only, so that our team can focus on the real threats and real alerts. So definitely I was looking at the artificial intelligence component of it, and that's where the analytics of Securonics came in, that they are good. It's machine learning. They are even comparing the UBA component. I saw that they are even comparing peer-to-peer, that what peer is accessing and what the other peer is accessing, and then giving him a risk score based on that. So definitely, I want my team to be focused on just the real threats and real alerts, and I see that Securonics from that machine learning is helping us do that.
So Gary, one last question. You heard from us on our latest release having a threat sandboxing capability, right? And our goal was really from a practitioner's perspective. When people are using a technology, they want to introduce new threats but they don't want to impact the security analyst. Can you share with our audiences how important do you think this is in your flow of a new use case getting introduced or a new source of data getting introduced to it being adopted by the security analysts?
So this is an interesting challenge you brought up. In fact, I face that challenge. I've been facing that for the last 6+ years. We always had SIM in a production environment. There was no way that we could have a SIM in a QA environment because of number of technical and other reasons. For example, if we had a SIM in QA environment, that would cost X amount of money, and then we had X amount of time and data to replicate it to it and do the testing. So this is a real challenge, and if we make any changes in production, it becomes a big issue, and we may get false alerts or things which we don't want to hamper the production, which is ongoing. So definitely this new functionality in Securonix would help our analysts to come out with new rules, new testing features, experiment with it, and see and actually do the threat hunting in the sandbox and do their testing in sandbox and only transfer the successful cases of those testing to the production. Earlier, I don't think anybody has that. You have to, in fact, do double the investment if you want to really do that.
Right.
And then data replication for that is a huge thing. So definitely this kind of functionality will go a long way for our team to do an active threat hunting process.
Right, and it reduces the cost of
Definitely,
a lot more.
it reduces the cost and also time. And we could definitely keep on. It makes improvement in the whole process and threat alerts as well.
Fantastic. Zachary, I wanted to thank you. Thanks for sharing all your experiences and opinions with our audience today. And thank you so much for attending.